Hello Year 6, I'm here to show you a video of something you might like to do at home this week. Just before we all start coming to school, we were learning about reversible changes in our science lessons. I would like to show you an irreversible change. You might like to check out the difference on the video link that I've sent you before you do this investigation at home. To do this investigation, you're going to need a couple of things. Some hopefully you might already have at home. The main couple of things you're going to need are bicarbonate of soda, which is maybe found with all your cooking things at home, and some vinegar. Now it doesn't matter whether it's brown vinegar or white vinegar, it's going to work just as well. Now this is an irreversible change or a chemical change because we've got essentially an alkali and an acid, which are the opposites of each other. And when we put them together, we make a neutralization reaction, and that causes a gas to be produced. It's a new product that is made, and that is what makes an irreversible change. A new product or new products are made. Now, you might have at home also some sort of measuring jug. Otherwise, I actually found this one when I had a little test go earlier. This one worked really, really well for me. I just cut the top off a bottle, be careful because it could be sharp, and I've just used my daughter's ruler to measure up, and I've just marked off centimetres up the side of here to use as a really good kind of DIY measuring device. So the experiment we're going to do today is going to be this one. So here's our question. We're going to be changing today the amount of vinegar that we add, keeping the same the amount of bicarbonate of soda, and measuring how much gas is made. Now the gas we're making today is carbon dioxide, which we find in lemonade and things. So it might be a good idea to have a good look at this one before you start, so you know what it is you're changing, measuring, and keeping the same. I've also prepared a little table. So I've got my table here, and again, this is our independent variable, the amount of vinegar, and then I'm going to measure my dependent variable, the amount of gas that I make, and depending on what you're measuring with will depend on what your units might be there. So I'm going to start by putting some of my bicarbonate of soda into the bottom of my DIY measuring jug. So I'm going to go for 10 millilitres of the bicarbonate of soda. So that's 2 teaspoons, because each teaspoon is 5 millilitres. And then I'm going to change how much vinegar I add. Now, to put the vinegar in, you might want to use perhaps a small syringe that you might have from some medicine, or I've got a little cup here. You could use measuring spoons. It's anything as long as it's a good enough measure of the amount of vinegar that you're going to add. So I'm going to start off by adding 10 millilitres. So I think I might actually use one of my measuring spoons. I think I haven't got a 10. I'm going to go with using this one then. So I've got, making sure I'm looking at my scale properly, that's 30. So I don't want that much to start with. And that is 15. Okay, I'm good to go with 10. Okay, so I'm just going to pour in then my vinegar. Remember, I've got 10 millilitres of vinegar, 10 millilitres of bicarbonate of soda to start with. And I'm going to add that one. And then I'm just going to look at my scale to see how far up my reaction goes. And I would say that's probably gone up only to about 3 centimetres, okay, on my measuring scale. So I'm going to record that in my table, that when I added 10 millilitres of vinegar, I got 3 centimetres of gas made. Then I'm going to need to wash out my container. And I'm all ready to go again. I used Sharpies for my measuring scale so that it doesn't come off. So again, I've got to remember, I'm doing my 2 teaspoons of this one. And this time I'm going to go for 20 millilitres of my vinegar. So 20 in there now. And I am expecting, I wonder if you would say this, that I'm expecting that the more vinegar I add, the more gas I'm going to get produced because I've got a bigger reaction. Let's see if I'm right. So we had 3 last time. It's climbing up, so wait till it gets to the highest point up your scale. I would say it's almost up to the 8, so I'm going to say that that is 8. And then keep repeating that. So to make my table logical, I would try 30 millilitres of vinegar next and then 40. Obviously, if you add too much, you might spill out over the top. So this is where it's a good idea if you ask your parents before you do this experiment, in case you make a big mess. And for once, I haven't, which is a miracle. Okay guys, I hope that you are going to enjoy having a go at this experiment at home. Remember, this was our question. How will the amount of vinegar affect the amount of gas that is produced? If you want to try it the other way around, when you've done it this way, and you want to change the amount of bicarbonate of soda and keep your vinegar the same, see if you get the same kind of results, that would be a brilliant challenge to give yourselves as well. Okay, I am really hoping that I'm going to see all of you guys soon and that you and your families are all safe and well. Take care. Bye.